Welcome back to the channel, Upcyclers. We're doing a graded card reveal again. This is a 10 card order from PSA. They are all Disney Lorcana foil cards. Um, and they were the perfect opportunity to do a little experiment. One of my favorite experiments is always the cards that I reviewed and I thought had an excellent chance at getting a 10 that didn't come back a 10, and then to crack and resub them to PSA, basically trying to get a feel for, from set to set, from time period to time period, genre to genre, etc., what your realistic chances are of effectively taking a 9 and turning it into a 10. Because I get that sometimes, cards can be borderline, right? You can have two cards that you could have 10 professional graders look at, regardless of the company, and five of them could say it's, a 9 or a 9.5, and five of them could say it's 10. And that's not inherently wrong. It's just, some things are borderline. And then, of course, actual mistakes do get made. So these cards have about a 70% gem rate if you look at the pop reports on PSA. I got a little lower than that. I got, I think, roughly around a 60% gem rate on the order that I sent in. And those were ones that I selected. It wasn't like I just sent in every foil card I got from opening one box. There were a couple that looked like it's some centering issues, especially on the back, that I excluded. I really thought I had an excellent chance of doing better than 70%, which suggested to me that maybe I got a slightly harder grader, or a grader that was, maybe a little newer to, or less new, just a little different than the average grader that was handling the trading card game stuff. So, in the interest of science, I wasted some time and money for your benefit and mine for learning. So, like I said, all of these were non-10s. They weren't all 9s. There were a couple 8s and I think even a 7, to see what they got. And what's most interesting is, on average, how many went up versus how many went down versus how many got exactly the same grade. So we'll start with the 9. That is a Disney Lorcana Mickey Mouse, and that went down to an 8. So we'll put the ones that go down over here. I think we'll put the ones that stay the same in the front and the ones that go up over here. And we'll kind of see what it looks like at the end. Okay. I like the look of this card. It's not like the world's most popular character from this set, or even a card to use for actually playing the game. Yes, I have played the game. My sons and I played it a little bit. It was actually pretty fun. Take Ha from Moana. This went up to a 10. And truly from a financial perspective, these cards are worth no more, and in many cases less, than they were raw if they're not in a 10. Really, so by taking all these cards, all I'm really risking, even if it went down like this one from a 9 to an 8, that's really no practical difference, maybe a buck or two in the actual value of the card. Now, those that go up to a 10 like this one, and hopefully a few others, that is a significant difference. That's a, $20, $25 card that probably turned into a 60, 70, 80, maybe sometimes $100 card. So really, to make this order balance out financially, I really only need 2 or 3 to turn into a 10, and I've probably at least covered my cost for, the scientific experiment here. All right, anyway, Aurora, this one got a 7, which I thought was interesting, and that went up to an 8. Prince Eric. It was an 8, and it went up to a 9. So far, 3 ups, 1 9. But what's most interesting is none have been the same. Remember, same grading company, same cards. All right, here's an 8. That turned into a 9. Lady Tremaine from, this is the wicked stepmother from Cinderella. This is a little more popular, valuable card. I was really hoping this one would have got a 10. Everybody loves their Frozen. Here is an 8. That stayed an 8. That's our first one that actually stayed the same. Okay. Everybody can see it. Good. This is Hades. This is was it a legendary or super rare? I can't remember. But that one from a 9 up to a 10. Love it. That's 2. I think we're pretty much at break even. Maybe one more 10 will definitely get us home. But overall, just the fact that that many have improved, probably worth the effort. That is a Mint 9 Mickey Mouse. That stayed a 9. They're our second one that came back the same grade. I don't know about value, but from a pure artistic standpoint, I think this is probably my favorite card in the order, if not one of my favorite cards in the whole set. It's the Whole New World song from Aladdin. Let's see if I can. And the foil looks really cool because all the fireworks really pop. Anyway, Mint 9, got a 10. Love it. That's 3. And the last one is Aladdin. This started out a 9 and also went to a 10. So what's interesting here for, educational purposes for all of us is I sent 10 cards back to PSA under the TGC specials. I think I only paid like 12 or 14, 15 bucks a card for this the first time. Actually, the first time I sent you, that video's up. You can go back a couple of months and see that video. I believe I sent 25 cards, and I think I got 13 or 14 tens. And there were a couple cards that I didn't want to crack and resend, and I sold. But I picked out these 10 because that was, I believe, the minimum order to resend. Cracked them, resent them, and 8 of the 10 cards got a different grade. 2 received the same. But what's interesting is, of the 8 that changed, 1 went down, 7 went up. And of the 7 that went up, none went up more than 1 grade, which is good. You never like to see those 6s that turn into a 10. And I certainly have those. Go check out my video with the gold foil Otani from Topps jumbo box. That was wild. But 4 of the 7 bumped up to a 10. And that's probably a value increase of maybe $40 to $70 per card times 4. That more than covers the cost of grading. So, sometimes if you get a card graded that you really felt deserved and should have got a 10, and you can't find a single thing wrong with it, the centering is good and there's no surface issues and the corners and the edges are all good, and you just look at it and you don't understand, sometimes it's worth cracking and resubbing. It really is. Because again, yeah, is it going to get a 10 every time? No. But if you do that, 100 times, and 20 of them, 30 of them, 40 of them, as a percentage get bumped up to that 10, you will probably more than make up for it in the value increase, because there is often a massive, massive premium difference in value, and just in general, the ease of selling of a 10 versus a 9, because everybody wants a 10 and nobody seems to want a 9. Anyway, you know me, 9s are fine with me, but I don't get to make all the rules in the hobby. Anyway, if you found this interesting and educational, I would really, really appreciate it if you help me out and help out the channel by liking this video, subscribing if you're not already subscribed. Go back, watch some of my other stuff. We try to put out a new video every Friday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Most of our videos have to do with the wonderful world of grading, as we try to pull back the curtain of mystery and learn together. Anyway, thank you very much for your time and watching and staying to the end of the video. Really appreciate it. See you in the next one. Bye.